So, okay, friends. So, okay, friends, today, okay, we will discuss about the national income. That is first topic in our syllabus. Okay, in the part of the national income, we will try to discuss that what is national income and what is the national income with factor cost price and market price. And also, we will discuss that the components of the national income, which are called concept of the national income, like GDP, GNP, NDP, okay, NNP, personal income, disposable income, and per capita income. So these topics we will try to discuss in today's class. Okay, in the exam, there may be a question like that. What is national income? Explain the concept or components of the national income. Okay. Here, please remember one point here. This topic, whatever we are discussing now, that not only important for your degree examinations, but those who are writing for the competitive exams in the future, maybe group 1 or group 2 or group 3, some other exams. Okay, for all this one, this topic is very important. This topic was there in our syllabus. Okay, it is very, very important for you people. So that's why the concept of the national income, try to focus because of the two reasons. One is important for your degree exam, and the second is important for the competitive exams. Okay. First, we will try to discuss that what is national income. Okay, what is national income? That we will try to discuss first of all. National income. Here, in this particular word, we can say there are two important things. One is nation and another is income. Okay, one is nation and another is income. Here, nation means we know that one country people. Okay, one country people. People of one country. To take, for example, in any application, when you are filling that, there there may be one column that what is your nationality? You will write that Indian. Okay, irrespective of all the people belongs to India. Maybe Gujarati or Jammu Kashmiri or Kerala, AP, Telangana or Orissa, West Bengal, Nagaland, whatever it may be. All the people, if the person belongs to India, you will feel that Indian. Means nation means the people of one country. People belongs to one country. If you take one country, India is an example, all Indians is called one nation. All Americans is known as another nation. All Pakistanis known as another nation. All Bangladeshis are called another nation. Okay, like that. So here, nation means one country people. People of one country is known as the nation. So that nation income is called national income. So means in the simple meaning, in the single sentence, we can say that national income nothing but income of one country people. It is the income of one country people is known as the national income. But income of one country people, that is for which period? Is it monthly or annually or weekly? Means it is economics generally will explain always for 1 year. In particular period of time. That is 1 year. So in 1 year, the total how much income received by all people belongs to our country is known as the, in general, national income. You see, this concept of the national income officially are going to be defining like that. That is, in particular period of time. Okay, in particular period of time. Means 1 year. Particular period of time, nothing but 1 year. In 1 year, okay, that is in our country. 1 year means it is called financial year. We are not talking about the general year. We are talking about the financial year. Financial is different from the general year. General year means January 1st to December 31st. That is calendar year or general year. But when you are talking about the financial year, you all may know that the April 1st to March 31st. Okay, this is 1 year. Okay, April 1st it is going to be start and going to be end with March 31st. So April 1st to March 31st. This period is known as 1 year. Okay, during this particular period of time, during this 365 days, during this 12 months, okay, during from the April 1st to March 31st. So that is called one particular period of time. It is a total value of final goods and services produced by one country people is known as national income. Okay, that is national income. Value of, see, this point is important. Value of final goods and services. Value of final goods and services produced by one country people is called national income. Value. What is the meaning of the value? Value, nothing but monetary value. Okay, monetary value. Nothing but price. We say it is a called marker. If you ask anyone, what is the value of this marker? We can say that 50 rupees, 100 rupees, or 250 rupees, or 500 rupees, something like that. If you take any commodity, take for example, you have the mobile with you. What is the value of the mobile? We can say that 5,000 rupees, or 10,000 rupees, or 15,000 rupees, like that. So here, what I am saying is value nothing but price. Okay, price of goods and services is known as the national income. Value means price. Price of goods and services which are produced by one country people. So one country means here India. All Indians from April 1st to March 31st, how many goods they are producing and how many services are providing in that particular period of time. That goods which are produced by our Indians, that services which are provided by our Indians, that goods and services value means price of that goods and services. If we add, that value is equal to national income. That is what we can say here. Okay, here, only our country people, if any foreigners, if any other than Indians are producing goods and services in our country, that good may have the value, but that good is not going to be included in the national income. Based on this definition, we can understand some important points, like one is that first of all, goods and services produced by only by Indians. Okay, one country. So the goods and services produced by only Indians means, if other than goods and services are producing by the people, okay, if other than the Indians are producing by goods and services in our country, they may be producers in our country, but they are producing goods and services in our country, but they are not belongs to our country. For example, Americans are, one American came to India and is working in India, involving the production of goods and services. Okay. And after involving the goods and services production, they will get some income. That income is not belongs to our national income, because the goods and services produced not by our Indians. Here only the goods and services which are produced by only our Indians are going to be taken the consideration. That is one important point here. And the second very important point here is that, so here, that goods and services produced in 1 year, that is from April 1st to March 31st. During that period, how much quantity of the goods and the different services provided, they were only will be taken the consideration. Okay, the remaining goods are not going to be taken the consideration. That is one point. And the third point is only final goods only take into account for the national income. Only final commodities. So that means, what is the final commodity? Final good, nothing but the goods which are ready to consumption. Whatever the goods are ready to consumption, they were known as the final commodities. That means unfinished commodities and unfinished commodities, and intermediary commodities, the goods which are not giving direct utility for the people, these type of the goods, they may have the value, but they are not going to take the consideration of the national income accounting. Okay, that is one point we have to consider in this one. Okay, these are the points. So, and the goods and services which are having the value, they have to only take for the national income. There are some goods may be very important for the life, but if they don't have the value, if the value is not there, that goods are not going to take the consideration of for the national income. Like air. Air is very important for the life, for a human being. But air is not having the value. What is the meaning of value again? Value means price. Okay, you are taking the air. Are you paying any amount? No, you are taking the free of cost. So here, air into zero. You are not paying anything, zero. Air into zero, nothing but zero. So zero, even though you add or subtract, make nothing differences. Okay, that is what we can say in this particular thing. So that's why whenever we are talking about this particular concept, okay, that is goods and services, these are the points you have to remember when you are talking about the national income. Okay, please keep in your mind. Okay, this is very important when you are talking about this particular concept of the national income. Okay, when you are talking about the national income, here there are two important points is important. One is national income with factor cost and national income with market price. Factor cost, nothing but production cost. Factor cost, nothing but production cost. We know there are four factors. What are there? Land, labor, okay, capital, and organization. When these four are using for the production process, we are paying something which is known as rent for the land, wages for the labor, interest for the capital, and profit for the organization. Okay, profit for the organization. This sum of these four is known as production cost. Okay, this production cost is known as the factor cost. So if the value means price, value nothing but price. If the price is equal to production cost, that is known as the factor cost here. Okay, that is known as the factor cost. Okay, this factor cost not include the indirect taxes. Factor cost is not included in the indirect taxes, but it may be included in the subsidies. See, for example, to produce one commodity, we are using land, labor, capital, organization. For this one, we are paying rent around 10 rupees. Labor, we are paying wages around 20 rupees. Capital, we are paying interest around 15 rupees. And producer is taking the profit in the name of around 5 rupees or 15 rupees or 25 rupees, something like that. The total factor cost will be, how much it will be? 30, 40, 60, 70 rupees. This 70 rupees is equal to production cost, including the profit, please remember. Okay, this is the thing. But after the production of this commodity, immediately what the government will do? Government will impose the tax, maybe GST, VAT, excise tax, sales tax, whatever the tax is applicable. Generally today GST. GST will be imposed by the government. Take for example, for the simple calculation, GST is 10%. Just assume. Okay, 70 rupees on this one, 10% GST. Nothing but we have to, the tax will be 70. So the total production cost is 70. GST is 7 rupees. The total 77 rupees. The producer is going to sell this commodity in the market with 77 rupees. Okay, produce, how much amount is going for the producer? Only 70 rupees. The remaining amount in the name of the GST, it is going for the government. But this total 77, who has to bear? Consumer has to bear, buyer has to bear, purchaser has to bear. So here, whatever the amount paid by the consumer when he is purchasing, that price is known as the market price. Okay, this is known as the market price. Okay, factor cost, market price. So the difference is factor cost is nothing but the price which is decided by the producer is equal to production cost. So in our example, we say 70 rupees. This is called factor cost. So here, what is the amount paid by the consumer? 77 rupees, including GST. This is the production cost. This is the market price. This is the price decided by the producer. This is the price paid by the consumer. So factor cost nothing but the price which is paid by the which is decided by the producer is equal to production cost is called factor cost. In the factor cost, out of this market price, that is 77 in our example. So from that we have to subtract the minus GST, that is indirect tax, 7 rupees. If government is adding any subsidies, that we have to add it. So if we add, suppose there is no subsidy, then 70 rupees factor cost is equal to 77 market price minus 7 plus 0. So that is equal to 70 is equal to 70. Okay, that will be like that. Factor cost nothing but without tax. Please remember. With the subsidies, if it is there. If it is there. Okay, market price means with the taxes. Production cost, that is 70, plus GST 7 rupees. So if there is no subsidies, for example, 0, then 70 plus 77 is equal to 77 market price. This is 77. Okay, like that, we are going to express, we are going to explain, we are going to analyze the national income with factor cost and also with what is called market price analysis. Okay, generally we are going to be explaining like that. Okay, when we are talking about this national income, there are some important aspects for there. They were known as the concept of the national income. They were known as the components of the national income. Either concept or we can say the components of the national income we can see. Okay, whenever we are talking about these components of the national income, that is gross domestic product is one important point. Gross national product, that is another important point. Okay, net to domestic product, that is another important point. Okay, net to national product, that is another important point. Personal income, disposable income, and per capita income. All these are known as what is called components of the national income. Okay, they were known as the components of the national income. Okay, GDP, nothing but that is gross domestic product, nothing but there are also goods and services produced by one country people within the boundary of the country. I'm very sorry. GDP nothing but it is the goods and services produced within the boundary of the country. So the same formula will applicable in 1 year, in particular period of time, total value of final goods and services. Total value of final goods and services, okay, produced within the boundary of one country is known as the GDP. Domestic nothing but territorial area of one country. Okay, territorial area of one country within the boundary of the country is known as the what is called domestic. So within the territorial area of one country, the total how many goods and services should be produced, that goods and services value is known as the gross domestic product. So here we are saying that clearly, within the boundary of the country, by whom they are producing is not important. So in this particular GDP, there may be Indians plus there may be foreigners. All the people who are there within the country, who are there in the country. So that country, who are there, that people, how much they are producing, that goods and services will be considered as a GDP. So in case of GDP, foreigners' income, if they are in the boundary, their income will be included. But our Indians who are not there in our boundary, means if there are any people there working in the rest of the world, Indians, their income may not be included in case of the GDP. So this GDP is going to be right in this equation. That is GDP, nothing but gross domestic product. C, nothing but consumption. Okay, C, nothing but consumption. I, nothing but investment. G, nothing but government expenditure. Okay, government expenditure. X, nothing but exports value. Exports. Export means we are producing goods in our boundary. After producing goods in our boundary, we are exporting to other country. Since the good was produced within our boundary, that good value will be included in our GDP. And minus imports. Imports means you are bringing from other country. Means that goods are not produced in our boundary. Okay, since that goods are not produced in our boundary, that goods value may not be included in our GDP. That's why that imports value is going to be subtracting. Okay, we are minus. So we are subtracting from that one. Okay, this is known as the GDP, gross domestic product. So in case of GDP, remember 2 or 3 points like that. One is whatever the goods and services were produced within the boundary, they were included in the GDP. And the second point is if foreigners are producing within the boundary, their value will be included in the GDP. And the third point is if any Indians are producing other than our boundary, that is in the foreign countries, their value is not included in our GDP. Okay, total value, gross value are going to be including. And for that one, we can see this, this formula we are going to be used for that one. Okay, yeah. Whenever we are talking about the GNP, the next component is GNP. GNP, here what is there? Nation again. Nation means one country people. Here only one country people should be there, like a national income. Okay, only one country people should be there. Means other country people income is not included here. If our people are there in the rest of the world, their income will be included here. Okay, all Indians income will be included in case of our GNP. It is a quite a difference between GDP and GNP. In case of GDP, foreigners' income may be included, but in the GNP, foreigners' income not included. In the GDP, if any Indians are working the rest of the world, their income is not included. But whereas in the GNP, if any Indians are working in the foreign, their income will be included. That is the variation. That is the difference between GDP and GNP. This GNP is going to explain with this formula. That is GDP plus R minus B. GDP, nothing but we can know C plus I plus G plus H minus M. Up to this one, it is called GDP, no? So that's why GNP is equal to GDP plus R minus. R minus nothing but net income from abroad. Other than goods, there will be services. Suppose we are exporting services to other countries. Exporting services to other country means we are going to there and working there and earning there. That is we are receiving plus R. And if any foreign people are coming and providing services within the country, that will be called imports generally. Okay, there that person income is not belongs to our country. Since they are the foreigners, their income we are going to be eliminating, deleting or minusing or subtracting. So that is known as the net income from abroad. Okay, that is a point we can see here whenever we are talking about. Okay, GDP is not equal to GNP. Why? In case of GDP, foreigners' income may be included, but here it will not be included. In case of GDP, if our Indians are working in the foreign, their income is not included. But in case of GNP, they are included. So generally, GDP may not be equal to GNP. But if R is equal to P, otherwise we can say net income from abroad will be 0. Then automatically GDP will be equal to GNP. Why? See, in this formula, we can know that GNP is equal to GDP plus R minus P. Okay, we have that formula. That is, GNP is equal to GDP plus R minus P. That is our formula, no? Otherwise, GDP plus NIFA. Okay, this will be our formula. So here we are assuming that R is equal to P. If R is equal to P, automatically net income from abroad will be 0. If it is 0, then see, GNP is equal to GDP plus R, for example, 100 crores minus 100 crores. Because we are assuming that R is equal to P. Receipt is 100 crores and P also 100 crores. So then how much you will get? GNP is equal to GDP, that's all. This will be cancelled. Otherwise, we can say that GNP plus GDP plus net income from abroad, how much you get? 0. GNP plus GDP plus 0, nothing but we can say GNP is equal to GDP. Okay, that we can see. Okay, that is the point we can see whenever we are talking about this particular aspect. Like net domestic product. Net domestic product, nothing but GDP minus depreciation. GDP, nothing but C plus I plus G plus X minus M. That's why this is called GDP. So NDP is equal to this one minus depreciation. What is the depreciation here? The depreciation is nothing but this is the depreciation. Depreciation is a monetary value of an asset decreases over time due to use, wear and tear or obsolescence is called depreciation. Okay, when we are using some particular commodities, that is capital goods in the production process. In the production process, we are going to use some particular commodities. So whenever you are using these capital goods in the production process day by day, every year, next year, and each and every value, that value is going to be decreases. That decreased value is known as the depreciation. So if from the gross value, if we subtracted the depreciation, then we will get the net domestic product, we can say. Like net national product, NNP. So NNP is equal to GNP minus depreciation. We know already GNP and we also know what is the depreciation. So if we subtracted the depreciation from the GNP, then we will get the NNP. So GNP nothing but we know C, this is equal to N. NNP is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M plus R minus P. That is called GNP, no? Minus depreciation is nothing but NNP. So this NNP always equal to national income. Please remember, in economic survey, in some other calculations, we cannot see the exact value called, exact word called national income. In the place of the national income, we can see this word called NNP. That is net national product is nothing but national income for us in the calculation. So that's why whenever we are calculating the national income, first we are adding, we are calculating the GDP. For that, okay, for that one, we are adding a plus R and minus P. Then we will get what is called GNP. And from the GDP, we are subtracting the depreciation, we will get the NDP. From the GNP, we are subtracting the depreciation, we will get the NNP. That NNP is nothing but national income. Okay, like that, we can see this important things like that. Okay, after the NNP, the next one is known as the personal income. Personal income is different from the national income. National income is nothing but production value. The people of one country, income, that people should be involved in the production process. After involving the production process, how much income they are receiving, that is known as the national income. But in case of the personal income, the income which was received by the people is known as the personal income. In case of the personal income, just we are saying that how much income received by the people is called personal income. So in this particular case, some people take, for example, in many states, for example, in Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, the government is giving the old age pension for the people. Okay, see, for example, I am the old person. Government will give the old pension for me, old age pension for me. That is my income. That is the income I received. But I received the income without involving the production process. Okay, without involving the production process, the government is giving the amount. So here no production, but there is a income. Since there is no production, whatever the income I received, that is free income. Old age pension, that is not included in the national income. But here that condition is not there when you are talking about the personal income. what is the income I received, that is called personal income. So that old age pension will be included in the personal income. That is so, but the total national income may not be included in the personal income. Okay, the personal income nothing but national income. Out of the national income, we are going to be subtracting the corporation taxes and are also going to be subtracting the undistributed profits of the companies, undistributed profits of the firm or companies, and social security contribution like GF, insurance and all, plus transfer of payments. Transfer of payments like old age pension, scholarship, okay, scholarship, unemployment pension, something like that. The people who are receiving the free of cost. Okay, that is known as the transfer of payments. Okay, yeah, whenever we are talking about this personal income, okay, personal income. So this personal income is going to be different from the national income like that. So that's why, so this may be right like that. This PA is nothing but personal income. If you want to get the personal income, we have to subtract it from the national income. That is corporation tax, CT, nothing but corporation tax should be subtracted. Undistributed profit should be subtracted. And social security contribution should be subtracted. Transfer of payment should be added. Okay, transfer of payment should be added. Okay, that is so what we can see personal income. Then after that we can see the disposable income. Disposable income, nothing but whatever the personal income we are getting, from that personal income, we have to subtract the personal taxes. That is called personal indirect taxes like income tax, professional tax, etc. So if we subtract this personal taxes from the personal income, we will get the disposable income. Okay, we will get the disposable income. So that is known as the disposable income. So this disposable income is very important. Out of this disposable income, we are going to be used for the consumption. That is, if you have the income with you, after paying the taxes, how much amount remaining with you, out of that amount, you are going to purchase the goods and services for your consumption, called consumption, and the remaining amount you are going to be saving. So that's why the disposable income is also called consumption plus saving. So the consumption plus saving is called what is called disposable income, what we can say. And the next one is called per capita income. Per capita income is nothing but average income. Okay, average income. Per capita income is nothing but average income. Okay, per capita income is nothing but per head income of the country. So average income of the people is called per capita income. Otherwise, you can say per head income of the country people is known as the personal per capita income. So the per capita income will get to that total income, which is called national income by total people. Total people is known as the population of one country. So if we divided the national income with the population of one country, so then we will get the what is called per capita income. And this national income is estimating by our CSO, that is Central Statistical Organization, is estimating the national income by using three methods known as production method, and income method, and expenditure method. Okay, expenditure method. production method, income method, and expenditure method. So in case of the production method, first total how many goods and services we produce in the different sectors we will calculate. And that goods and services are converting into monetary form by calculating with their respective prices. And we can say that this is the national income. So since we estimated the national income based on the production, that is called production method. And in case of the income method, we are not going to see any production, but total how many people are involving in the different activities in the production of goods and services. By involving the goods and services production, how much they received the income. And all the people income we are adding and saying that this is called national income. Since we are estimating the national income based on the income mobilization, that is called income method. And finally, it is called expenditure method. Expenditure method is nothing but instead of the income, we are going to calculate the all people expenditure. Expenditure made by the people, expenditure made by the companies, expenditure made by the government. So all people expenditure we are adding together and explaining that this is called a national income. Since we are estimating the national income based on the expenditure details, which is called a expenditure method. So like that, we are going to use these three methods, the production method, income method, and expenditure method to calculate the national income in our country. Okay, that is about the national income. Okay, dear friends, if you have any doubt on this particular topic, you can, please. You can ask me. Okay, then okay, friends, if you have any doubt, please you can unmute your mic and you can speak now.
Mm.